Hi there, this is Joe, and this is Joe BRC, and this is my HPI Baja Kraken. Although it doesn't really look like this anymore, because now it looks like this. Yeah, okay, before you all start shouting at the screen saying this guy's just took apart a perfectly good working Baja. But there is a good reason to do this. One is to make some repairs that I had to do before I took it apart. And the other is to give you a closer look at some of these custom parts and show you the steps I took to build it. But first, let's look at what we need to repair here. And some of them I've done off camera. The last place I used this car was on the beach. It was a really good wide open space with some really nice uneven jumpy ground, but it was a little bit wet, and a lot of that got into the bearings, and mixing seawater with bearings, it can destroy them. And that's pretty much what it's done to these bearings here. If I get real close up, you can sort of see, especially the one on the end there, it's a little bit worse for wear. And it's in fact, that one there has actually lost the bearing completely. So I've got myself a new set and just got to replace those. And the other thing is just to basically give you a good look at some of the parts that I've got for this. When I first built this, the first thing I actually got was literally just the chassis and the rear chassis, and that is all I had for it at the first step. And then I started to get some of the extra little pieces. So I started at the front, and I got the front piece here. So you can see it's all a nice one-piece aluminium piece here. Usually this alloy is two separate pieces, and this is all just one piece. And then I got all the plastic parts and joined this part together, and that was the sort of second part I got. And then it was a matter of just getting the individual arms, nice sort of alloy pieces, and getting the front part done. And then I sort of went on to get some of the extra top braces, and then started to go on to the rear and get the rear together. What I really wanted to do, I'll just move this gearbox out of the way. What I really wanted to do is these plastic parts here. I wanted to make those alloy as well, but I couldn't ever find a good set that was a proper replacement for the sort of plastic ones, so it just stayed plastic. And then eventually I went on to get some more established parts like this one, gearbox, and you can see on there it's the if it will focus, Integy, full Integy gearbox with uprated metal gearing inside, real heavy duty stuff. And it's got like a removable rear piece, so when it's in the car you can just sort of take this rear piece out, and they get access to the diff without removing too many parts. And also this final drive is a Integy piece as well. Really nice heavy duty system there. And then obviously you can see the Turtle Race clutch system plate. It's not a Turtle Race clutch, but everything surrounding it is Turtle Race. So you've got that, and then on the engine you've got the casing is all nice metal and heavy duty. And then these are the drive shafts, which are drive shafts. not axles. And those are the ones I'm using. The only thing I've got that's come up on these is this part here is a sliding part, and you can see where it's a bit corroded, where it gets a bit scraped away, and then it sort of starts to corrode. It just needs a lot of grease put on it, cleaning up, and a lot of grease putting onto it before you put it in. Yeah, and that's pretty much most of what I've got. Some of these like this is where I've got to put the bearings into, but that's a nice sort of solid alloy piece as well, where this would be quite a few sort of separate plastic pieces. But yeah, that's it. It all just needs a bit of a clean up. Obviously you can see here where it's all just a bit gunked up and just needs a real good clean. So yeah, next step is I'll get it all cleaned up, and then we can start putting this back together. Okay, so that's got this looking a lot better, lot cleaner. So yeah, I did this off camera just because you're not really going to want to see me cleaning stuff, and it's just not great fun. Yep, so it's all definitely a lot better, even to the point of getting this exhaust cleaned up, looking all shiny and better. The repairs I did, I've put the bearings in, so they're all in on all the hubs. I did that off camera just because it's not something that takes that long. It's just a matter of pushing and pressing them in both sides. So it's a fairly simple job to do. It doesn't really take that long. Front ones as well. So they're all done. And the other job I did off camera that I didn't mention yet is on these ones. Just this bolt really, and one other, if it'll focus for us. There we go. You can see I've put a slot across it, because this one was, as you can see just there, was seized into the front hub, and that's just what happens if you don't add some Loctite, and it's just the alloy reacting with the bolt itself and seizing in place. So it basically just destroyed the Allen key head, so I had to just put that slot in there and use a straight to get it out with. But it's all done now. Probably might keep that bolt because it doesn't look too bad, or just get a replacement and replace them. But simple fix, and then it's all back to just getting it all back together. What I'll do is start getting all these front pieces together, get this front all built up, and then maybe look at trying to get the midsection, so radio box, tank in, and then move to the rear, start on that. So we'll get all this cleared away, get some of the front parts out, and I'll get on with that. Alright. Okay, here we have all the parts laid out, ready for the front. So I'm just going to get straight onto this, speed through it, and I was going to go through it step by step, but there's no real point. It would take a lot longer to do it that way. And if you do want to try and build this and need some instructions for it, get onto YouTube. There is a good video step by step there. Just search Baja Build and you'll see it's the one with the most videos. There's loads of videos on the whole process of all the way through. But yeah, I'm just going to get on it right now. Okay. Okay, so that's the front end all done and finished. Looking good. There are a few more things I need to just finish off. Like I need to get some new C-clips for the arms, the bars that go through the bottom and the top. Should always try and replace those every time you sort of take it apart and put it back together, because they do get a bit buckled and bent trying to get them off, and they're not that strong. So I'll be getting some new ones of those. And then I just need to make some adjustments to the steering arms, try and get the right length on those, and to adjust the ends there. And it should be all done. I was going to add the actual radio box in there, but I'd rather get the rear end finished up and then start going from the middle across to the engine and do it that way. But yep, that's the front end so far. Okay, so that's it for this video. In the next video we'll start on the rear end and we'll sort that out, get that all complete, and potentially we'll have a rolling chassis. I'm not going to put the wheels on and complete that in that way, but it will be all there, front and rear, and potentially ready to roll. Also, in the next episode, I want to announce the next build. So that will be announced and you'll all know about that and what it will be. And basically what I want to aim for on these is every time I announce the build, it's going to be a chance for you guys to comment and tell me what you want to see on this build and what you want to have as upgrade parts. And if I get enough comments on certain parts, those will be added to the build. So this is your chance to start adding parts to builds that I do. So as soon as you find out what it is, get onto the comments and let me know what you want to see on these builds, and I will actually build them to what you tell me to. I also would like to see comments on this build. So if you think there's something I need to put on the Baja, something that I need to add to it, something that's an improvement on what I've got, let me know. And it may not happen straight away, but in the future I will definitely add it to it. As long as I get enough comments on these parts, they'll go straight on it. Alright, so look out for the next video for the announcement on the new one. And if you subscribe, add the bell button, you'll find out straight away when the next video is up. So until then, see you later.